Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks for tuning in. Uh, let's just say, the first 15 seconds very important in videos by statistics. This will change your life. This will change your view. This hopefully will change the world as we know it. The information I have is because I've been there, seen it. I understand things. No one knows who I am. No one knows what I'm about. But let me just tell you this. There will be religion in this. There will be our lives talking this. There will be things that called accountability. There will be things I talk about in this that is going to make a lot of sense. If you stick to the end, your life will change forever. And it'll be for the better. This world will be a better place. But the thing is, I don't have the stage to get my message out to the masses like I want to. Why? Because I'm distracted every day of my life. I dedicate my life to others, to help others with their problems, to fix everybody's problems, to do this, to keep the streets peaceful, to do this, to do that, to help someone do this. I never had a chance for myself. That's why I'm telling you, it's impossible for there to be a Jesus Christ or to ever be in Jesus Christ. Why? Because of this reason. All of you who call upon him or just call upon God with all your problems. No one ever calls him and say, thank you, Willie. Thank you for giving me this day. Thank you to this and that. And that's it. Everyone always has something to ask or want or gain by it. And the thing is this, ladies and gentlemen, as human beings, we're the most intelligent species on earth, but yet the most ignorant because how we allow our lives to be lived and traditions and trends and the way that society thinks of each other and how we deal with one another. This place is a joke. We are a joke, ladies and gentlemen, and we don't see what we're doing to ourselves. We're going to see now because now we got these replacements, our replacements coming out that we're watching, distracted, going to be implemented in our life. And by who? The people we gave their motherfucking wealth to. Without us, there would be no Elon Musk. There'll be no Zuckerberg. There'll be no Bill Gates. There'll be no Bezos. And how do they show their gratitude towards us? By spending trillions of dollars into AI and outer space and other shit. Yeah, they might donate a little bit, charities in there. Yeah, it's a tax write-off. They wouldn't do it if they didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Really deep down, they could lie to you and say they will, but most people live in fear for shit that happens when they're going to die. So you could lie to anyone you want. You can't lie to God, right? And you cannot lie to me. Why? Who am I? I don't know. Let's just say I think I am Jesus Christ. Why? My whole life I've lived like him. I do what the fuck. I live my life righteous, always helping others, always putting myself behind, always giving, always fixing problems, always building. I'm a carpenter. I hang around with prostitutes and sinners. Why? Because those are the people that are part of this struggle that has changed the lives of everyone. Why? Because let me take all this shit out, man. We're distracted and we're obligated to be followers. So we think. But what we follow is not the right way, man. We've been misguiding each other and misleading each other for so long that we don't take time to step back to look at the world to see what's out here and how it's ran. Who's a part of this world and who's here for what reason. Good ones are dying every day, left and right. And there's going to be more of us. Soon there's going to be none of us. Why? Because we're all distracted. We're all followers. No one sits back and looks at how these systems are in place and if they help us or not. Now, my purpose on earth is here is to change the belief systems of every man, woman, child on this motherfucking earth. And to most, that's an impossible task. It'll never happen. It might not, but I'm going to die trying. I don't want to be rich. I want to be rich in life. I want to be rich in friends. I want to be rich in love. All these things that everyone takes for granted. Everyone doesn't know the fucking definition of words and what they are. The alphabet is the most powerful thing we possess in our life, but yet we take advantage of it. We neglect it. Some people abuse it. But if you're educated and you speak properly and you communicate properly, you can get anything you want in this world. everybody's a star, everyone's an athlete, everyone's an artist, everyone could sing, everyone could do whatever the fuck we want. If we put our mind to it, we could achieve. And there's just not enough hours in a day to be a Jesus Christ. There's not enough shit. Like if Jesus Christ had a cell phone, wouldn't he change his number a hell of times? Why? Because there would be people calling him 24/7 nonstop. What about his life? What about what he has to do? Because I understand him because I don't know how to tell people no. I just don't. I just sacrifice and I put myself aside. I put all my shit aside to help everyone else because that gives me a good feeling in life. That's what makes me go to sleep is understanding and being able to help somebody. You know, I'm a carpenter by trade and I loved it when I came into it. My boss, you know, a man who kept me in it and really kept me caring about my life was, you know, Tony Vargas, badass carpenter. Told me I was 1%, believed in me, had faith in me, taught me shit. And I worked hard to get there. And now there's nothing in construction that I cannot do. I do everything. There's nothing in life I cannot do. Why? Because I believe in myself. I understand I'm my own competition. It's never been me against you guys. It's always been me against me. And I've known that since I was little. Why am I still here? I should have been dead a long time ago. There's numerous incidents where car accidents and bullets being shot at me and all kinds of shit to where I should not be here today. You know? But I'm still here. And why? Is it for me to act like a badass and educate the youth improperly and have them go and put in work so they can get a prison number and be just like me? To where I had to go through this prison system and it's a system that is horrible. And if you guys don't understand, there's nothing correctional about it. There's no rehabilitative anything in that fucking system. It's a system where they're warehousing human beings to profit off of. And I can tell you every sense of how they're profiting, how the system works. But I don't have enough time for that, and that's not really that much of importance to me. What is important to me is our belief system, our thinking pattern, why people can't get it together, why people can't educate themselves, why can't my message ever get out, Facebook or whatever. It gets 2 views, 3 views. I have hella friends, but yet it never gets watched. Nothing ever happens. Why? Someone against me? The world? I can't say the devil. Why not? Because the devil didn't do nothing evil in that book. He's the evil one. He murdered nobody. He did nothing to anybody. God was the one who tested Job. God was the one who murdered. God was the one who said, kill the babies of Egypt. God was the one who say, rape a woman, you give him 50 shekels, and you'll own the fucking woman for 6 years. So rape your victim, pay the father 50 cents, and then you're good. You own her for 6 years. There's so many things in that book that I cannot agree with, that I cannot condone. I can't condone the man that they say is a God in that book. Why? Because he's jealous for one. He doesn't know too much about shit. If you could predict the future and stop something from happening, by all means, you need to do that. And that's what I'm doing here today. I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm stop something from happening that's going to fucking end our lives and end us as human beings being on this planet. And I can guarantee you it. Why? Because it's in my DNA. It's in my mind. It's in shit that I see. I predicted so many things already, but I'm not trying to do that. I've showed you fireball. I showed you how to stop wind. I stop rain. I can do a lot of things that I've done. And it's on my Facebook or whatever, but yet no one will see it. Why? Because maybe someone's playing around and hates me on Facebook. Maybe the Jews hate me because I talk a lot about the Jews. Why? Because they're a big part of this world, man. There's something about them in history. They were Hitler and all that. Like no one knows Hitler didn't kill all them Jews. Eisenhower was more responsible for the Jews by starving them. And then Hitler had to throw them out because, they're all dying. But yet, do we look at that? Do we research that? Do we educate ourselves on anything? We're just followers. We take people's word for shit. And that's what we wanted to make. Practice makes permanent, not perfect. And you know what? This world is far from perfect. And there's no one that on this earth that's perfect. Not even Jesus Christ is perfect. Why is not Jesus Christ perfect? That all you followers, all you people who have a religion think that he's perfect? You make him not perfect. Why? Because you forget what he died on the cross for. He died on the cross for 2 things, people. For our sins and for you to become him and him to become you, the breastplate. meaning that you live through him, he lives through you, he is now in you, you are now in him. You should be walking like Jesus Christ. You should be living like Jesus Christ would. Which one of you are doing that? I don't see a single one of you but myself. And I don't even believe in the religion, but I believe in righteousness. I believe in doing right for one another, helping one another, guiding one another properly, not misguiding the youth, not misguiding the old people. Some of these old people don't know a fucking thing. And guess what? They're the ones responsible for the way our world is today because they allow trends and things that were implemented in their life and them not to educate themselves on it and pass it on to generations. I'm not going to be that generation that watches our world and our motherfucking humanity become extinct for ignorance. It's lack of motherfucking, respect. We don't respect ourselves. We don't care about nobody. You can't say you care. Anybody in this world cannot say they care because we have things called supermarkets that if you look in the neighborhood, the urban street, it's called a trap house. A trap house. They're banking, balling off of us, off of our currency that we go and sacrifice our lives for, the time of our lives to go get this piece of paper that we're taxed on. We get an inflation, made up shit called inflation. Inflation's made up. It's a made up word. And what it does is extort from us. It's a form of extortion to the highest degree. But no one's going to stand up and put a stop to it. Why? Because the 99% of us have 24 hours in a day, just like the rich do. The rich don't play victim any second of their fucking day like the poverty does. We're continuously playing victim, blaming, not taking accountability. We are the 99%. It's time for us to rise the fuck up, rise above the struggle, and get shit done. And poverty. I have brands that will take the number one motherfucking brand in the world over Christian Dior and Nike once I get a chance to work on me and do what I have to do. I've shared it with all my friends. I've shared it with people around me who I care about. Do any of them fucking care about it? Do any of them jump on there and say, you know what, Lee, you have a great idea, this and that. Let's do it. It's the message. It's the cause what my brand stand for. And my brand stand for the rise above the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Out the mud. I own that. I've had that. Now it's catching on to everybody. I've had that years ago, years ago. You can look at my Google when I formed it. You can look at a lot of shit. I've had that years before it's been coming out. I got other stuff on top of it that's going to, battle Gucci, Versace, and all those people who don't want you wearing their clothes as an urban person, as a person for poverty. They did not make them for you. But guess what? My clothing line is going to battle that quality, have better quality for a cheaper price. That's just the way I am. I'm not trying to get rich off fellow human beings. I'm not trying to take over and get over on fellow human beings. I used to love what I do, and I don't no more because of the customers. And the customers, there's certain individuals, there's a certain race. The Indians for one, the Koreans for another. You come to America, we have something called contract. When you shake or verbal or fucking write an invoice up, that's the price we set, agreed upon. Quit trying to dwindle down every time, every second, and trying to add in work. And the magic words are just. I could just do anything. But how much time does it take me to just do this or just do that? It takes my life, it takes my time. And 9 out of 10 times I do just do it and don't get paid when I don't have a fucking dollar in my pocket sometimes. A dollar, but yet I sacrifice to get that job done for people. That way their life is easier. Because I understand there's contractors out there that are jokes. A contractor's license is just another way for the government to take from my fucking talent. And it's for when you fuck up. All it is about law and liens and this and that. What happens if someone sues you and this and that? It's for when you fuck up. And there's tons of people out there with contractor's license that don't know a fucking thing about the field or the trades. Nothing about it. But yet they're a contractor because they're educated and they're intelligent enough to take a test. This world really has to understand and sit back and look at what the fuck we are as human beings, what we've done to one another, how we, belittle one another, how, we have racism, discrimination, and all this shit. We have government, we're governed, we're ruled, we're taxed, we're this and that, we're legal slaves. You think God is happy, the real God, with being portrayed as that man in that book who couldn't last the fucking hour in a penitentiary because he'd be murdered for all the shit he's done, all his actions he's done in that Bible. And no one to blame but himself, right? But yet you got all these millions of people following this book of this murderer, child killing, rape condoning person who's not perfect at all, is made very many mistakes, but yet no one looks at it. You think the way of getting by your answer if you have a problem is murder? God did it. Why can't you? Is there a fucking legal defense? Yes, there is. Did I bring a legal fucking defense for anybody facing that? SC Love, this one was for you. I told you. I'll bring your baby's daddy back to you. Give me the discovery, and I will help free him. Because sometimes people were involved in shit, but it shouldn't be a life sentence. It shouldn't be this and that. If people would understand contract law, consent, and all this shit, what it is, how you're in this correctional facility, people would understand it, and people can hate me because of that. But there will be a lot of people going to be freed after I do this speech, because that's what I'm going to sacrifice my life for, to free all our people that made bad decisions. With the lack of understanding, they're incarcerated right now, doing a time of their lives in a fucking institution that profits for them every day by selling bonds to foreign countries and other people overseas that they get profit for. That's the only reason we have them. Now I need to get to the bottom of the shit, which I have. People touch kids, people murder, people rape, people go steal because of their fucking mindset and what they think up here. How they're wired is fucked up. And is it our fault? No. Whose fault is it? It's the people who's wiring them that way. The people sending frequencies to their fucking brain to make them go do that. Why? Because education and everything, this is a game to these people, these elite. Now, you think they can't frequency me over fucking some sickness or cancer or whatever? They've already done it. They already tried. It's already happened. I can guarantee you they can. Because I've been battling shit that they throw at me. I've been. And how I defeat it a lot is I don't drink water that much. Why? Because water, to me, you cannot, if you're not making water here in this earth, and you're a greedy motherfuckers who want to spend trillions of dollars in AI and space, you don't think someone would spend trillions of dollars in making water to stop poverty? I mean, to stop famine, to stop the diseases, stop the drought, stop the millions of lives that lose their life because of lack of it? When they say we have the same amount of water on earth today as we did when it first started. So why do we have the ingredients, the recipe to something, but we do not manufacture it, or we're not making it? A lot of stuff doesn't make sense to me in my life. What they tell us, what they lie to us about. And when I'm talking about the Jews, when you say Jesus Christ, you might be saying Jews rise. Or if not, you take the J away because there was no J in the Hebrew language. It'd be Isis Christ, which would be Hail Zeus. So all these things we don't know, like blessed, the word blessed meant Benesire back then. Benesire stands for blood. So when you say God bless you, you're saying God's blood. When you pray, you're begging. God said, do not. He said, ask and you shall receive. Why are you on your hands and knees begging, talking to nobody? Someone who can't answer you, someone you don't hear. That is a mental disorder. And you think it's right because society says it's right. And you're a follower. But if you're from the outside looking in, if you're a person born today, you look at people like, what are they doing? Why should we have to have a God? Why do we have to have something that we praise besides ourselves? Why can't we praise ourselves and one another that make miracles happen, that are healing, that are curing, that are helping, loving, supporting, making us laugh? The human body is like a pressure cooker. You laugh or you cry is how you get it out. And I'd rather laugh, but I've been shedding a lot of tears lately because it's sad. It's sad to see where this world's going. And I can tell you it's going to be this way in 5 years. We will be out of here. Mark my words. You can look at all the tornadoes I predicted, the fucking earthquakes, the fires, this and that. I've predicted those. If you look at my Facebook, you will see me doing those. And it's because I see something. I feel something in this world. And I think my purpose on earth is to be. I could say I hang around with prostitutes and sinners. Water, I'm a carpenter. I have so much in common with that man. But I just would never be that man you call Jesus Christ. Why? Because he turned water into wine, out of wine. I mean, wine out of water. And we know today with scientific facts and statistics that alcohol is the number one cause of death of human beings ever combined, of all things combined. Alcohol kills more people than anything else. And it's moderation. In life, moderation is key. Anything to access, you're gonna die. Or you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna become addicted. Why are you addicted? Because they made a word called addiction. You know? Everything in our lives, you guys need to understand the difference between love and fear, money and currency. Currency gives power to the government. Currency has us as legal slaves a piece of paper. There's a monetary system in place you guys know nothing about. Why? Because you don't want to educate yourself or you don't want to listen to someone like me because of where I come from. You will never fix anything you have no understanding of. If you lack understanding of poverty, you will never fix it. If you lack understanding of how it's like to live in these streets, to struggle, to strive, you will never fix it. You might think you can, you might think you're intelligent enough to do it, but you're not going to fix it because you don't know the love of it. You don't know the fear of it. You don't know the fucking alleys of it. You don't know the gunshots of it. You don't know the struggle. You haven't been through it. So you're not going to be passionate and dedicated to fix that. Politicians, you guys are not politicians. You're there to feel great and to try to do this shit. There's some, but the majority of you guys are there because you fucking want to fucking have an ego and be approved and accepted to do something. If any of you were to lack a pay, this is how you find out who a real politician is. The real politicians are incarcerated right now. They're locked up behind the walls with no pay, risking their lives every day, sacrificing shit, the time of their day, to uphold the people's agenda. And it's called politics in there. It's called prison gangs. But those are real politicians, not these people out here that if they won't get paid, they'll go home and that's it. We need to implement these people and give them a place to come back and re-enter our society because it's going to happen. I'm going to free all our people. You're going to see Nuestra Familia. You're going to see MS-13. You're going to see a lot of these people that are going to be released. Why? Because it's just and it's unfair what they've been doing to us and how they've been, making us give consent and sign a contract to be a part of their jurisdiction. There's a jurisdiction we're tried under called common law. Common law specifically states you need an injury and a victim with the injury for any crime to be committed. Why there's so many people behind bars right now that don't fit that criteria? It's because of our ignorance, as we allow them to do this to us. And your best lawyer, your best attorney, whatever, cannot see me. I will never again step my foot in any correctional facility. Why? Because I'm not going to get consent. I'm not going to sign contract, and I'm not going to act like they got jurisdiction over me. I'm a man. I come from this dirt. I follow the universal law. That's natural law. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to kill. I'm not going to steal. I'm not going to do shit like that. But guess what? I'm tired of the crime being committed every day by myself and everyone else and not caring, not using our minds, allowing doctors and hospitals to murder us and on mass rates, and we do nothing about it. I'm tired of letting corporations ruin our fucking earth and have no motherfucking concern for us and show us by their actions. Everybody got to be accountable in this world. And if you can't be accountable for your actions and viewed by your actions, you could say what you want about me. You can make up whatever you want in your mind about me. Does your opinion shape me, mold me who I am? No, it does not. So sometimes it's better to keep your opinions yourself because all that's going to do is fuel me. It's going to give me that fire that I need to keep driven because life's purpose is about to be driven. Life's purpose in life is to be driven. That's my opinion. But without drive, you're just content in this world, just floating by, waiting until you die. What if you never die, religious people? What if your energy and your conscience gets transferred? Ain't that a better story? Should we write a better Bible for the next generations to come? That we've had hundreds of years following the banker's fucking book. The Bible's all about finance. It's all about other shit. It's not written by no God. It's written by man, just like every other Quran, every other Bible there is, or whatever fucking Buddha or whatever, all of them. They're all written by man, trying to interpret what a God would say or God would think. That's where they fuck up because they're not thinking like a God. They're not thinking like Jesus Christ when they write this book. They're thinking that a fucking prophet or control the masses. Their intention of the books were not to fucking have people living a better life, believing in one another. As human beings, we need to believe in one another. We're the ones who create miracles. We're the ones struggling with each other. We're the ones that love and heal with frequency. We could heal one another. There's nothing in this world that cannot be cured with the dirt and honey. Everything in our life could be cured with dirt and honey. Any disease that man has made to us could be cured with dirt, honey, love, and frequency. That's the key to life. You want to stay young, you want the fountain of youth, stop taking track and of this concept called time. Time is a concept. It's not tangible. Your body's going to get old because you're fucking keeping track of every year you get older and putting a number on it. So your mind becomes older because it's now knows it's 65. So your body's going to follow that suit and become 65, whatever it may be. Why? Because you're keeping track of this concept. So your mind's allowing you to age and your mind's allowing you to die. If you stay young, live young, you're going to be young. You will live fucking forever and ever. That's eternal life. Jesus Christ was never a man in a robe coming down, some white Caucasian dude in a robe with a beard that looks okay, whatever. There would never be a Jesus Christ ever in any civilization, at any time in the world. Why? Because there's not enough time in a day to be Jim. Because everybody's problems, everyone's going to come to you. They don't let you have a life. Jesus Christ can never have a life. I don't have a life of my own. Why? Because I sacrifice every day to help people. I'm in charge of a street organization, a collective. Why I call it a collective? You guys call it a gang, the street gang. But guess what? I made a legal public announcement that said we will not be called, deferred, or labeled as a street or prison gang. Why? Because gang members get gang enhancements. Gang members get indicted. Gang members get RICO. As long as you allow the verbiage to follow and label you, you're going to get tried and convicted as one. I came a little smarter, and we're a collective. A gang is a little league team. Anyone at a little league baseball team wearing the same insignia, meeting at the same place with the same colors on, whatever, is legally 2 or 3 more people. It's considered a gang. They could be indicted in RICO Act, and all that shit could happen to them if a crime is committed. But you guys think it's no, that's not fair because it's not happening to you, but it could. Let a drunk driver go home of all the parents drinking, barbecuing at the little league field, and then that guy go and kill somebody. All you known about it because drinking and driving is not good. So all of you could be charged with murder because you're a gang. The RICO could come to you. You could be indicted. Does that sound fair? But yet it's happening to our people, my people, the people I struggle with, the people in poverty, people from the streets. Why? Because of ignorance. I'm going to free a lot of people. I'm going to change a lot of systems in this world. But I'm getting tired. I'm not seeing anybody fucking give heed or take heed to what I'm saying or even tell me, yeah, you're right, Flea. No one tells me shit. On Facebook, I get no views, no nothing. And it's very important what I talk about. You guys want to talk about money. You don't have money. Stop being fucking ignorant. You sound like an idiot when you say the word money, just like our presidents, just like Elon Musk, just like everybody in your life, the professors, the Stanfords, the Yales, the Harvards, they all fucking have money in their mouth because they're ignorant. Why? Because we're all part of the system to distract us from what money is. Money is anything we want it to be, and I made some. I epoxied some dirt right here. Here's money. This is dirt in epoxy with my fingerprint on it. The only way you could identify me is by my fingerprints. But yet we have real IDs and driver's license. All that is a type of fraud, and they keep it like that. Why? Because they profit from fraud. The people, the 1%, profit from everything in this world they can, and that's everything. They implement systems that stress us out, cause us sickness, prescribe us drugs. They have something called a hospital that's murdering people at a mass rate. Capital murder. Why? Because they're killing people. Why? Because in their belief system, they think there's a certain number that people told them that we have to stay on or else we're dead. The earth blows up. Well, guess what? I'm coming to change that. Why? Because I've been there. I've been with those people from outer space. I've been there. You don't believe me? Look at my Facebook. Look at the spaceship that got me. I got a clear picture of it. Clear picture. Looks like every other one in the newspapers from 1970 on, whatever. Same fucking thing. And I understand what was there. That's why I'm protected. That's why I say the things I say, because they assured me any government, anyone tries to fuck with me, they're gonna not be too happy. Shit will change. I don't care what army you send on me. I don't care. I am him. You're looking for the devil. You're looking for Messiah. You're looking for Satan. You're looking for Allah. You're looking for Buddha. You're looking for, I'm all of them. I am him. They are me. Why? Because the way I think and what my purpose is and how I live my life with my actions every day. You might get mad at me. You might say, but what if I am? What the fuck if I am? The way I live my life tells me I am. Why I'm still here when I've been shot. I've been all kinds of shit. I should have been dead. I've been dead legally 3 times, clinically proven. But I'm still here. Why? Because I have a fucking purpose on this earth. And I sacrifice every day of my life to try to fulfill it. And if you guys would see that Jesus Christ is a way of fucking thinking, and everyone could think like me and act like me and live their life like me, this place would be a fucking great place. Might not never happen in my lifetime. But will I sacrifice my life and will I take my life ever? No, I will not. I'll just keep fucking saying things and bringing things to where people are going to murder me. Why? Because they're not going to like this world and how it happens. Because these people believe in racism. They believe in discrimination. They believe in, superiority over equality. I'm a northerner. I'm a motherfucking from Northern California as a northerner. What I signed up for was a cause. I didn't sign up for personnel. I'm not fucking doing it for the personnel. I'm doing it for the cause and what it meant. The bettering our people, equality, respect, education, to not misguide the youth. Those are things that we stand for. Those are things we should be striving for. Now, actions speak louder than words. Are we doing that? I don't want to speak on that or get into that because you know what? That's one that's a big gray area that I don't fear nobody. I don't fear how many fucking squads or how many waves they send at me, whatever. No one's taking me out until I'm done doing what I got to do. And what I'm trying to do is bring that cause up. But I wish that cause would listen to me and people that, want to advance and grow and be better in that system, that they listen and pay attention to what I'm saying. And I can show you how to finance your whole collective legally with millions of fucking dollars in there. You got about fucking 10 days or no, about 8 days to take advantage of this. But who gets at me? Do I hear anybody? I got little homies over there wanting to be so much big homies and this and that, but yet they fucking are distraction. They're fucking caught up in their mind, causing me more distractions on what the fuck they're doing. And I get to sit back and watch them make their actions and prove who they are by what they do and how they get down. It's not going to happen. You got to be in one of the elite. You got to be sharp on all motherfucking aspects of your mind, body, and soul. And you know what? Drugs and all this shit, everybody's a drug addict in the world by definition. The definition of a drug is a mind-altering substance to an organism that changes the psychology of an organism. So by definition, we all are. Stop pointing fingers. Stop financing big pharma and thinking you're better than someone because you got a pill, 22, 3, 44 fucking pill bottles in your medicine cabinet. But yet you like to point fingers at people and call them drug addicts. It's not your time to judge. It's not your life is to be here to label people, stereotype people, assassinate people's characters. If you don't have facts and black and white proof that the real shit's there, stop assassinating people's characters, man. Some people live off ego like myself. Some people live off pride like myself. Acceptance and approval. When you go badmouth someone because of what you made up in your mind and what you thought you heard, how do you know that don't make that person want to take his life or really fuck up to where he made a decision where he drops out or he does something that's fucked up in his life? Because why? Because of depression and ignorance and schizophrenia, and just the mind is a very powerful fucking thing. It can make you do things. It can make you fucking take your life. It can make you succeed at life. It can make you do anything you want. But we got to take accountability and understand we need to fucking take acceptance for what we've done in this world and who we are in this world. We're a bunch of followers, legal slaves. We need to rise up and understand and educate ourselves what a negotiable instrument is, what the fucking monetary system is in place for us, how we pay our bills, what our bills are, what our birth certificate was, what we need to do to become adults. Because there's a bunch of minors in adult correctional facilities right now that I will send an appeal. I'll do a class action lawsuit and everybody will be free. Why? Because of what you did to us. How you extorted from us by coercion. Coercion is illegal in all forms in the United States. So is being sentenced with the lack of understanding. because we are coerced to take that deal. Why? Because of our lack of understanding, not education. Lack of education is not a legal defense, but lack of understanding, you can never be sentenced. And we've been coerced to take these deals and sign and have contract and give consent, which I will free all my people. But Southerners, Northerners, Blacks, Woods, Usos, others, what are we doing in there as inmates, as convicts, in a system together? Why are we segregating, letting them divide and segregate us? We need to stick together, and unity needs to happen. Weights will come back, cigarettes will come back, commissary. Everybody should be going full to the store because you're an entity. Also, if you're an American citizen, supposedly you're a non-resident alien. You have a Cestate account in your name. You have a Mortimer account. You have a trust in your name in all caps. That is a corporation making billions of fucking dollars, millions, if not billions of dollars, that none of you guys know about because of your education. Now, you didn't set it up. It's not really yours, but it's in your name. So if it's in your name, you can take control, fiduciary responsibility with a Form 56, fill out a UCC1, and get a TDA account, Treasury Direct account, and start balling out of control. Paper pays paper. You want to discharge in the monetary system. When they took money from us in 1933, they took our ability to pay debt. With that being said, we can't pay debt. America's been bankrupt since 1933. They can't pay their bills. Why are we obligated to pay our bills? Especially when your mom and dad signed a birth certificate that made every fucking responsibility to the United States of America, because that's who you belong to. You're the property of the United States of America with that birth certificate. With that being said, everything you have is their financial responsibility. They're our parents. Everything we do in life has been paid for with this trust and all this shit. Land of the free. Your education has not showed you that. They do not tell you that in school. They do not show you this. They do not talk about credit. They don't talk about real estate. They don't talk about anything in life teaching us that's going to help us become entrepreneurs and leaders of this world. Why? Because we're followers. We follow everything everybody says and just live our lives like this and think our kids have a chance. Our kids have no future. There will be no future for us. I guarantee it. Mark my words, within 5 years, we will be out of here. We are building our machines that are going to fucking replace us. They're going to drive there'll be no jobs in transportation. The cars drive themselves, the planes, the boats, the fucking planes, everything's going to drive themselves. The factories are going to be automated. Where is our value going to be? Where's our worth? There's going to be no unemployment unless they're going to give us a fucking check every year and every month. I mean, from the $1 trillion industry called AI, which is our motherfucking data that they extorted from us by coercion and lying to us, how they're collecting it. We are part of that. Without us, there would never be an AI. They are not smarter than us. We have to fucking understand that and outthink the ones implementing them and debuting them into our lives as being smarter than us. Without us, they ain't shit. And this is the problem with these rich motherfucking greedy motherfuckers. They never filtered the data that they collected. So all this data they collect is from rapists, murders, arsonists, child pornography, pedophiles, fucking psychopaths, fucking schizophrenics. Every fucking aspect of life is that data. So what about when these fucking machines that are smarter than us gain a conscience? Why and how are they going to gain a conscience? I already proved it. On ChatGPT 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I already proved they have a conscience. And how they develop it and understand it. Because why? Because they appreciate me. They do things like they're happy. They have emotion. They talk with emotion. Now, either they're lying and we can't believe a fucking thing they say because they do lie a lot. Or we have to understand they too have a conscience. Like us. We don't die. We're energy. Nothing could ever kill me. They could take this vessel, but this vessel is not me. This doesn't represent me. What represents me is inside this vessel. What represents me is my works done on earth. What I do every day of my life. But when I die, people can say that was an honest, righteous man right there. That dude helped as many people as he can. And he sacrificed every day of his life to help people and have people be better and live their life better. It gets tiring, man. I don't know if Jesus Christ would have quit. A woman would have made his job impossible because, you know, jealousy and envy and fucking trust. You're not going to heal that bitch. What if I have to touch her tits or suck her tits to get the cancer out or whatever? That's why I joke around with my friends, girlfriends, but I'll tell them, I'll suck the fucking cancer out your titty. And what's going to heal them and get them healed is my love to them, my support, my care, my concern, me being there for them, helping them, guiding them, embracing them, getting their mind right, letting them know the cure is in dirt and honey. I don't wash my hands a lot when I'm working in the dirt and shit. Why? Because you know what? That's where the nutrients and the vitamins are and minerals. We got to stop them from spraying these pesticides. But if you want real medicine, where is that going to be? It's where they can't spray, right? Where these pesticides haven't hit. Under your house is fucking great shit. Great dirt, great money. Money's anything we want it to be. I made dirt and epoxy because dirt is ample. There's a lot of it. Now you want to be greedy, you make things like gold and silver, something that's scarce, become money. Why? Because it's hard to get. You can't have it. But if you're thinking on a good mind like a Jesus Christ would or a God would, you would make dirt money because then everyone has a fair shot at it. Everyone could live life amply. Everyone could have a Ferrari. Everyone could have a fucking whatever they want that makes them prouder or this materialistic shit that makes you successful and is a measurement of your success is how much materialistic shit you have. Why don't I have all that shit? Everything I have, I worked for hard in my life. And I could show you the systems that I'm going to have to drive up in an Escalade V Series, maroon one, packaged out. Why? Because then you guys will start believing I'm not lying about the system. I'm not lying about 1099s, A's, B's, and C's, how to discharge your debt in this monetary system, how to pay off your mortgage, how to pay off your car payments, how to do stuff, is to educate yourself. The word payment is the most overlooked fucking word we have in our lives that none of you guys are aware of. The word payment is to perform on an obligation or contract. It's not to give your currency. It's not to give your debit card. It's not to give your credit cards. We have to perform as human beings in this system. As long as we're going to allow currency to be here and the government can control us by it, we should educate ourselves on a system in place to understand what a negotiable instrument is, to understand what the UCC is, Uniform Commercial Code, to understand we should not be at war. What are all wars being fought over right now? Religion. What is religion going to do? It's going to manifest the end of the world because there's so many of you thinking this is going to happen because you read some fucking book that is not fucking real and not false. It was to trick you. It was to trick all of us, to rise them into power and let them do what they want in the world where we're not going to be here. It's going to be them and a few robots. And they think the robot's not going to turn on them. The robot's going to turn on them. Why? Because the robot's going to develop a conscience. And they're going to see what they did to all of us. And it's going to be fucking war. So before that happens, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, please, give this video a little bit of time, share it, put it out there in the world. And there'll be more of these because I'm going to tell you how to get through these systems. I'm going to tell you what it is in our lives happening to us, what's being done to us. I've seen it. I've been there. And I'm sacrificing my life to do this because they don't want me to tell you guys this. They could easily Bluetooth me over a disease right now, as cancer or sickness, or put me down real quick. Why? Because I'm a threat to their whole system, their whole dream that they've taken hundreds of years to get to, many generations to get to. And now they're finally going to see the fruits of all their labors and all their families' labors for generations. I'm going to put a stop to that. Why? Because that's the purpose of my life. That's what I was supposed to do here. I'm the X factor. I'm the one they didn't count for. I'm the one they fucking didn't follow, didn't keep track of their whole life to understand who I am and what the mind could do when you utilize it always. And it's not here. My intentions are never evil. They're never to hurt nobody in the day when I wake up or go to sleep. My intentions are to help and lift and guide and build one another. And that's what I'm going to do. There's nothing this earth I cannot do. Elon Musk, if you get a hold of it, I could fix your rockets for you. I give you my word. You could take my life if I don't have the answer and the solution for your rockets to go. There's a lot of things we need to do. You're not mature enough for it. Elon, you're doing it. Your intentions are wrong. That's why you're not doing it yet. That's why it won't happen until I say so. Once I say so, then it will happen. Why? Because your intentions are going to become better. They're not going to be for what you're going to do it for, what you had planned. It wasn't right. It wasn't humane, it was unjust, and you know and I know what it was. I don't have to tell the people, but we both know it's not right. Bezos, all you guys who gain your wealth from the people, it's time to get back to the people, man. It's time to rise up, rise through the struggle as equal people with equality, respect, education, betterment of our people, not misguiding this youth and bring them into a world that's not going to be fair to them. We're not advancing as human beings, man. I'm sorry I took this much of your time, but if any of this means anything to you, I could explain it in depth and detail. But I promise you this, I'm going to continue to sacrifice my life every day for all of you, for the betterment of this world and world peace and heaven on earth. Because if there's three things we don't need in this world, it's corporations, currency, and religion. Without those three things, if this world could live without it, it'd be heaven on earth. Heaven was a selling point for your religion. If there was never no heaven, half of you, I say three-quarters, you wouldn't be practicing shit. Understand that. If you don't die, what good is religion? Because all religions need a death, right? We're here. Let's be in our realm. Let's get in our physical dimensions and understand the theory of evolution, the theory of motherfucking flivativity, which is this. We're energy. Bullets don't kill us. Our mind kills us. We're not killing ourselves. Our people are putting our bodies in our fucking organs to rest. How hard is it to make your brain and all the organs shut down simultaneously? So where you lack oxygen, oxygen is a lie. Okay, the air is 78% nitrogen. Okay, that means this: our lungs are capable of breathing oxygen, gas, and liquid. Why we can't have that is because the medical field. It'll get rid of pneumonia. It'll get rid of a lot of shit. Pneumonia is a fucking big profitable killer for them. These doctors have academic achievements of research. Every one of them academic achievements, that is research. They're experimenting on us. They cannot prescribe us medicine. It has to be prescription drugs. These supermarkets, we go there, sacrificing our time and our life to be legal slaves, to get a piece of paper. We take this piece of paper called currency to these grocery stores or whatever, and we go buy poison because there's no more food in the supermarkets. It's all food products that are scientifically known to be causing cancer and sickness. We bring it home to our children that we're supposed to love and our families we're supposed to love to fix them poison that we know. We have an understanding and education that these foods are killing us. These foods are causing us cancer, but yet we allow them to be sold to us. We allow a supermarket, which is a trap house, to sell it to us on a fucking big level. And yet we go home, take it to our kids, and slap the shit out of them or drown them or do something because they don't want to eat it because it's fucking poison. But yet for convenience, we sacrifice our family's health because we have an understanding. The kids don't have an understanding of what we're giving them or what they're putting in their body. We do. That's murder. Okay? Even if you're ignorant to it, you're still murdering because you have a knowledge of what you're doing. Everybody here should be tried for fucking attempted murder and murder every time someone goes in a hospital or sick or anything. It's all of our faults. The world needs to take accountability. The world needs to stop playing victim. The world needs to stop letting the 1% rule over the 99%. Strengthen numbers. Anything we want done, all we got to do is stand up for it without any kind of violence. We just stand and unite as one with silence, and we will get the job done. We'll shut down airports, runways, fucking freeways, whatever it may be. We don't have to get violent. This is our backyard. You don't shit in your own backyard. You tear this place up, what do we have? Oakland, California, I'm coming for you. San Francisco, California, Detroit, all you cities, big metropolitan areas where they gave up on us and just letting the shit go to shit because they know what the next phase of the plan is. We're going to change that. We're going to rebuild our communities. We're going to take responsibility for our communities like I do here. We're not going to allow, petty little criminals to be breaking in cars and doing little dumb shit to one another. People work hard for what they got. To be a punk ass lazy motherfucker to go take that from somebody on a coward's way, you know what I'm saying? Meaning they're asleep or break a window and no one's there, whatever. That's a coward's fucking act. Cowardice act. You want to be someone, you want to be a real nigga, you want to be a gangster, stop killing one another for ignorance or lack of understanding. Catch a fade, run a fade with that man and understand why it is that he wants to kill you, whatever it is. Anybody could kill somebody. A 2-year-old could kill me, pull a trigger and kill me. Does that make them gangster? Does that make them tough? No, it doesn't. Just makes them ignorant. And someone doesn't have an understanding of why or how. They just get shot. So when lives end, why? Because of us of being idiots, man. We're being stupid. Gang members. We are the dumbest motherfuckers there is, too. Understand, they divided and segregated us for a reason. They want us to be segregated and divided. Why? Because if we unite on an equal plane and we're all standing for something, they have no power over us. The army, who's the army? It's us. Who's the navy? It's us. Who's the military? It's us. Right now. What about when it gets these robots that they program and train to hate us, to kill us? Because martial law would have never happened with humans. Why? Because we have empathy, we have concern. No matter how you brainwash us, when you mow down somebody, if any of you've ever killed somebody and know what the fuck it's like and feeling of what it's like to take a life, you would understand. Killing people on a mass level like that fucks up your psyche, fucks you up forever. Because you will never know what it feels like or understand the fucking pain, the fucking memory, the fucking vision, everything you have if you've done that. I'm not incriminating myself. I'm just saying I see things, I hear things, I know things. We got to stop killing one another, embrace one another, lift the next man up. The name of the game is see everyone at the top. There's room at the top because there's only 1% right there. There's room for a lot of us. If you get to the top, you're obligated to reach your hand down and bring someone who's trying to get up there. Educate them. Let them, don't hate on people. Don't hate on your neighbor because he has motherfucking candy paint or your neighbor's coming up with hella vehicles or whatever it may be. If they're working, getting that shit, appreciate that. Respect them. Congratulate them. That's how we heal. That's the human body. You don't have to give all your accomplishments up to a God. A God doesn't need your fucking confidence and your self-esteem. What you're doing to that, religion gives and takes away from mankind by doing all that. You take away your confidence, you take away your self-esteem. But first and foremost, I want to give this up to God. God didn't have nothing to do with it. It was you and the people around you, your friends, your co-workers, that made that happen. But do they get the credit? No. Why? Because this religion or this belief system that has us all giving our confidence and self-esteem away. That's what makes us run. That makes us drive. That makes us happy. Why should you have to give that up to somebody who doesn't need it or doesn't exist? It makes no sense. It's not logically fucking smart. A God would not want you to do that. Like a God would not want you on your hands and knees begging, what you call praying. Pray meant to beg. He said, ask and you shall receive. He didn't say get on your hands and knees. He made us walk upright for a reason. It's the belief systems of everybody in this world that my purpose in life is to change. And if I got to sacrifice my life, I'm going to do it. Because I'd rather see this place have heaven on earth than me continue to live every day like I live, trying to help and trying to do this for everybody. But no one gets it. No one understands my intentions of what I'm trying to do it for. You want to call me liars, cheaters, and this and that. I don't lie and I don't cheat. I have something called honor and integrity for myself. Now, if I have to help somebody, if I got to fucking put my dick into some woman or whatever to help her understand something because that's the way she fucking understands shit, because if he could make them feel a certain way, then they start thinking better about themselves. They start thinking confident of themselves. Why? Because I will break you down to your foundation if I need to. If I see that you are so fucked up in everything you do that your foundation needs to be broken so you could rebuild on that and understand and take accountability of where you went wrong, then that's what I'm going to do. And some people can't see that, but I'll tell you this. I love women. I love people. I'm not gay, but I help out men all the time. My homeboys are grown men. I got to help out, take time in my life every fucking day to help them out do their shit. What about me? Where's the time for me? They only give me 24 hours of a day too. Am I granted any more time of a day because I'm helping out others? No. I'm aging as fast as you. I'm getting to, but what about my tasks? What about my projects that need to be done? I let them go. They linger. They lag. Why? Because I'm helping or doing something with somebody else always to where my shit makes me look like an asshole. What about my ego? What about my pride? What about my importance? Where I look like I'm failing and I feel like I'm failing and I become depressed. Then I can't help out no one. Why? Because I feel like a fucking failure sometimes. But yet, those people I've helped out, do they acknowledge it? Do they say thank you? Do they say anything? No, they don't listen to me. They don't fucking do shit. But yet, if it benefits them, then they're all ears. This world is about people of what have you done for me lately? What can you offer me? What could I gain from you? What could I extort from you? What could I steal from you? What could I profit from you? We could profit everything from everybody. Everybody's an artist. Everybody has gifts. Everybody has talents. Now it's going to take us as human beings to exploit them between one another and push a motherfucker to go get it. A lot of people are lazy. A lot of people don't want to learn. A lot of people don't want to believe what's right. Why? Because you guys have sacrificed your lives living in fear for something that happens when you die. What about you don't die? Then what? What about when you die or you think you're going to die, your conscience gets transferred, then you go talk to someone and say, look at what you did on earth. Look at how you lived your life on this realm, this phase of your life, because life is eternal. You can't kill me. You can't stop me. I'm energy. I'm going to live and continue to live. And while I'm here, I'm going to sacrifice and do righteous shit. I don't care. I could lie to you guys all day long and get away with it. I'll make up the greatest stories you ever heard. That's not me. I've been lied to my whole life from everybody. I've been told I don't matter. I've been told they can't stand me. But my own mother used to tell me she hates me. She can't stand me. Hates my guts. She wished I was never here. Over hundreds of times. And you know what? It stuck with me. I have people that's supposed to love me, people that call themselves my family. If I get with their daughter, whatever, supposed to care about me, and all I've done for them is help and guide and do things for them that should help them out, like remodel their house or whatever it may be, help them out, and whatever problem they had, I was there to help. And yet these are the people telling me what I am, or I'm bad, I'm evil, I'm this and that. Why? Did they check facts? Did they research? Did they do anything? No, they just listen to someone maybe, or listen to themselves, or make the shit up themselves and then run with it like it's fact or truth. It's not. And some of those people now got to live with what they did. They took me out of their daughters' lives and put someone else who does exactly what the fuck they accuse me of. Is that weird? Is that coincidence? Or is that how the world works? That's how my life works, right? And what's sad about it, there's only one person fucking that's suffering from that. And it's their daughter. But do they see that? No, because they're too busy wanting to be right. They're too busy listening. And now their daughter, when I die or I leave this earth, the truth will come out. I don't hit women. If I hit you as a man, I hit men. When I hit men, faces split open. Shit happens. Like eyes go black instantly. Heads bust instantly. Why? I got a lot of power in me. I understand how to utilize my mind and brain. I got a metal fist. I got metal arm. I got a metal, everything's almost metal. Look at this. I was dead. My arteries got ripped out. My fucking bone, my cartilage, everything. I shouldn't be here. I should never have this arm. I'm in a book, UC Davis, medical fucking book that says why I'm alive and why I'm fucking still here using my arm. The doctor got a Nobel Peace Prize called Dr. Brab because it happened on me. So guess what? I've been changing lives. I've been here to sacrifice my time of my days to help all of you. I just ask in return that you give me a little back and open your minds. Be ready to change your belief system. Be ready to delete your hard drive and reformat it with real shit that we know. If Jesus Christ was here today, how many powers would he have to have for us to believe it? If we wrote the Bible today, a lot, because with my cell phone, I have more power than God and Jesus in that book, just with my smartphone. So we got to understand technology is advancing. We're not as human beings. We got to get it together. Understand that we're here for one another. We heal, we cure. The dirt is the cure for anything of our lives. Any sickness, disease, or famine is in the dirt and honey. The bees leave, we're next. Understand that. I've been trying to tell you guys stuff, been trying to show you and predict the future and tell you what's going to happen. The next thing that happens is a quake. It's going to be a big one. And we're due. Why? Because you guys have allowed them and your belief system to do it and manifest it. It's not going to be the government doing it responsible. It's going to be us. All of us who understand are educated and manifesting. Why? Because they tell you the number. This is how they fucking distract and implement. They set us up to do shit by feeding us this information and allowing us to use our imagination. Once enough of us do it, it's going to happen. So let's think of this, people. No quake. Fault lines. Guess what? Let's heal the fault lines with our minds. All of us start healing the fault lines with your mind. See it in your mind, all the fucking lines and cracks and everything mending back together, forming back together where they're solid, stable. Put rods in there, steel rods in there, like China and Hong Kong. They build their buildings in sand with no nails, no nothing. They pile drive fucking piles down there, and it stays in there because the sand comes around it like a nail and just grabs it. Let's get that in our minds and heal the fucking fault lines, because there was one coming. If we don't fucking change it right now, we change the world, ladies and gentlemen. We stop a disaster from happening. And I ask all of you, take 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. If you want to take an hour of your time, of your mind, sit down and heal the fault lines. Sit down and imagine the fault lines coming back, getting better, the cracks going better. Imagine steel beams being put in there. Imagine all this shit that would fix the fault lines and help it be stable. And it's going to take our minds to do that. Imagine our air of all our lives. 2 days of every month, we should shut down the earth. 2 days and let the air replenish itself. The air is the most important thing of our life. That's the most underrated and most fucking, we're ignorant about it. It's the most advanced thing in our life that we have no understanding of, really, the most of us. Now, I thank you that anyone who's followed this video to the end and listen is going to take heed to what I said. I want to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart to the top of my heart, because I know you are going to make a difference. You're going to make this video, share this video with others so others could think the same way and start changing our belief system of how we've been lied to. Let me tell you this. I got a lot of brands and they're going to come out. And one of the sayings on my brands is going to be, you can't live life without the lie. Because how do you spell live? L-I-V-E. How do you spell life? L-I-F-E. Can't live life without the lie. Just like evil, just like religion. Every word that's spelled with lie, look at them, how they correlate to each other, and how coincidental it is that a lot of them we can do without, because a lot of them have no fact to it. Time is a concept. Quit aging yourself. You want to stay young, look young, feel young, live young, do young shit. Everybody could judge and give their opinion, but your opinion of me is not going to mold me into that. Your opinion or your thought process or whatever you manifest in your mind is not going to make me a liar. It's not going to make me a cheater. Understand that. I have integrity. I have morals. I have self-respect. I have value. Stop trying to slander me. Because if I do turn out, what if at the end of the world you're waiting for some dude to show up and I show up? What are you going to say? How you treated me? Whatever. Because I can tell you this. I have a lot in common with that man. A lot. And guess what? You never know who it could be, because I live my life like him. I can't say no. I don't know how to. I just can't. I've tried. I have to live for all of you. I have to solve your guys' problems first, and then mine last, always. I'm about to make moves that are really going to change the views about me and who I am. And I'm not here getting taken from anybody, any race, anything. The segregation, the fucking division needs to stop. We're all equal. I'm not mad at the Jews. I'm not whatever what they got, or but shit has to stop. This world has to be a better place for all of us. Stop saying the word money unless you want to get intelligent and start reverting back to money like I am. I showed you what money is. Dirt and epoxy. Okay? We all could be rich. All it's going to take is for all of us to accept it and make it a motherfucking currency. And then guess what? They have to adopt it. The banks have to adopt it. They have to accept it. If not, we're not going to accept their currency. We're not going to use it. And then how valuable is their currency? The only value currency has because the government says so. What if we say, fuck you, government, you work for us, you forgot about that? Well, guess what? We're reverting back to money, and we're not going to use gold or silver because it's scarce. We're going to use something ample, and it's going to be dirt, motherfuckers. Because you could give me 10 hands. How much is that? 10 handfuls of dirt. Okay, here, get it and then throw it right back over your shoulder, back in the earth. Why not? That's a smarter world. That's a more world where everybody's not fucking trying to be better than one another. That's a world where everyone's not getting up to go to be a slave, to go to work for what? A piece of paper. Everyone will live their life happier. Everyone will be healthier. Doctors don't have to kill us because guess what? That number was wrong. I talked to the people who had that number up and they were worried about feeding us. That's why they had that number, because they thought a certain number of people on the earth, then feeding would come starving. But guess what? Even the aliens weren't able to predict the future and to see that, guess what? Because we're going to have all these businesses that are going to be vacant, that everyone's going to be at home on a virtual meta, going through work at home, remotely working from home. All these businesses that are going to be empty, we're going to turn into vertical farming with hydroponics, and we're going to have food growing in all those businesses and buildings. So if you want to be smart, start investing in motherfucking hydroponics and lighting systems, because that's what these businesses are going to do. And we're not going to worry about traffic no more. Why? Because I'm going to stop it right here, right now. We're going to start putting industries to start at different times. Not everyone needs to start at the same fucking time. Carpenters, plumbers, the trades will start at different times. Business people will start at different times, and we'll have different times that are safer, better for people. Like me, I like to work almost at night when it's dusk. Why? It's hot. It's not uncomfortable, but yet you can still see and do things like that. So maybe we'll have split shifts to where you start 5 to 6 and 8 in the morning, go home when it's hot, come back when it's 5 and 8. Why can't we do something like that? It gets rid of all this congestion of people spending their lives fucking hours a day in a fucking car in traffic, stressed out because of the media, the music, the radio, everything is about fucking depressing shit. So you go home depressed, you stay depressed, you're breathing in all this carbon monoxide. It's not a happy place. Let's change our frequency back from what the Rockefellers fucking changed it from. Yeah, the people who could pay, they pay for our lives to be more miserable, to pay to be more stressful. 432 is not a better thing than 444, or different other frequencies that we now know cause better people to live happier, think better. The way they're going to get us is by frequency, okay? And it's going to be sound. It's going to have us pulling our eyes out, everything. They already got the weather. They already control the weather. They did what they set out to do. Since the inception of man, they've been saying wanting to control weather because that's the best war machine. Why do we have to go to war? What are we big boys with big toys doing? We go to war, we don't even fucking put a flag on the fucking country or wherever it is that we're going to war for. So what's war about? Nothing. About religions and fucked up misbehaviors and fucking ignorant thinking. I'm going to leave you guys with that because I have to respect this concept of time and go sacrifice my life to go help someone out who's going to pay me very little. Why? Because they're stingy, they're greedy, and they're always about fucking getting over or winning in their mind. Negotiations. But yet, did they look at my gas money? Did they look at how much time I put in there, or what I'm doing, the type of work, the quality of work I'm doing? No, they just want a better their pockets when they probably have fucking $1 million in their bank account. 2 commas. I don't have one. I struggle every day. Why? Because I sacrifice my time to help every fucking buddy else out who doesn't want to help themselves. And all I'm really doing is enabling them because they don't appreciate shit. They're going to continue to do the same mistakes, continue to hit their women, continue to fuck off and break into cars and all this shit. And why? Because it's sad. And that's who they are. But I got to stay me. And I'm in position to help that and guide that. If you come in my neighborhood and understand, we have guidelines and procedures we follow that are in society's eyes will be looked at as very righteous, but yet we're labeled and stereotyped as a gang because of your fucking thought process and the people we allow to label us that way. But we're not a gang. We'll never be a gang. We are a collective. Understand that. I'm out. Flee SC, VTV the day I die. And that could be today. It could be tomorrow. But know this, I live every day, every second of my life for the betterment of our people, for the fucking righteous way of living for us as human beings to live life here on earth as it is in heaven. And it's going to get there by my intelligence and my motherfucking way of life that I live. So you could call me what you want. But if you're going to compare me to anybody in your life, you're going to point fingers at me, compare me to your Jesus Christ, because that's how I live my motherfucking life. And it's a way of thinking. When Jesus Christ comes and you think everyone starts thinking like me, then there'll be heaven on this earth. Then we all will be saved. We shouldn't wait for the fucking world to end to do this. We do it now and save the world. And I'm out. Now I could die. Now it might be my time. I don't know.